On this Valentine's Day edition of Wellness Wednesday, let's talk about celebrating the ultimate form of love. That is, of course, self-love and the importance of taking care of yourself during perimenopause and menopause. And joining us live this morning to give us 3 tips for how women can focus on their health during this transition is wellness coach Trudie German. Thank you so much for being here today. I love the setup. I know we're going to get active in a bit, but let's start by talking about perimenopause and menopause. Can you very quickly explain the difference between the two and when does it start affecting women?
So menopause is when a woman have gone 12 consecutive months without a period. So you really don't know when you're in menopause until you've hit it.
Wow.
So everything before, like the hot flashes, the irregular period, everything else that a woman may be experiencing, that is perimenopause. So we kind of use the word menopause lightly, but that's the real definition.
Okay.
And it can start as early as 38, and some women still don't even experience it until after 50, so it varies for each woman, and the perimenopausal symptoms can last anywhere from 10 to 15 years and also continue post-menopause.
Okay, so Trudie, you're here this morning because we're talking about self-love and fitness, and you know, as a person who tries to be active, that is so important for not just, you know, physical health, but mental health. So let's talk about, you know, some of the things you can do to prepare perimenopausal women for this transition. And let's start with talking about eating more protein. That's important, right?
More protein. And when a lot of women hear protein, they think they're going to look like a bodybuilder and they think having just, you know, protein powder. But yogurt has protein, chicken breasts, eggs, lentil. Protein is very important because 1, it helps to keep you full longer, and 2, it helps with the elasticity of the skin, help give us that younger looking skin. And of course, it helps to build and repair muscles.
Yeah, and when you talk about eating more protein, is there like a certain gram of protein you should aim for each day?
Should aim for about 100 grams of protein for the day. So it's best to have at least 3 meals a day with protein at each meal, because what a lot of women try to do is go all day without protein and then try to make up for it at the end of the day, which usually doesn't happen.
Okay, yeah, you got to get it in while you can.
Exactly.
All right, very good. And then let's talk about breath work, because there's so much talk about like the importance of breathing and meditation, you know, and I've even seen these kind of seminars at convention centers where they focus on breath work. So what are you going to show us this morning about breath work?
Well, it's real simple because sometimes we complicate things. It's just throughout the day, just try to pause and take like 5 slow deep breaths. And sometimes we're like, we don't have time while you're in line at the grocery store instead of surfing Instagram. Just focus on your breath. So we can do it right now. Just breathe in for 5 seconds.
Through the nose or the mouth?
Through the nose.
Nose, okay.
Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly exhale. So just like 3 or 5 of those a few times throughout the day.
Yeah, it's important. It really forces you to pause, right?
And something else women can do to help as a form of self-care is ask for help. We're so accustomed to doing it all, wanting to do everything. Asking for help, if you're able to delegate stuff, that also helps, because when you're doing everything, you're adding stress to your body, anxiety. So, you know, anything you can do to offload it, that's a definite plus and a form of self-care.
That's very important. I'm glad we talked about breath work. Let's get to the weights. So I started strength training. I can see you're ready in your workout gear. Strength training is so important, not just for bone health, but just maintaining muscle. So what are some, you know, strength workouts that women can start doing to target those main muscle groups, and how much should we aim for?
I always say 4 exercises you definitely want to start with.
Should we try them? Are you going to show us?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
We can start with deadlifts.
Yep.
There are different forms of deadlifts, but we're going to do the ones where your knees are bent.
Yep.
So think of pushing the booty back.
Booty back.
And hold them 1, 2, and come on up. So this definitely hits the lower back, the hamstrings, and the glutes.
Yeah.
Which is definitely important. You want to make sure your workouts are hitting the major muscles.
I definitely feel it. Yeah, and the hamstrings and the booty. I got to work on my booty.
So for the upper body, you can definitely do rows. So bend the knees again.
Right.
And we can just bring them one back. Think
One
of using
back,
the elbow to hit the wall behind you. This
right.
also hits the back.
To the hip, right?
Yep.
Yeah, bringing it to the hip. Yeah.
And we don't have enough space, but you can also do push-ups.
Push-ups with that, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Trudie German, really appreciate you coming in to talk about, you know, fitness for perimenopausal women and women going through menopause. Such an important discussion. I love the red. Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you.